What's going on, my crew? This is Jay, and welcome to another episode of the Dark Trilogy. And in today's episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. Something that I hope a few of you have been excited to see, but haven't yet. And that's a little bit of Pam's Harvest Craft. So, I've got a juicer with me because my main goal right now is to kind of look at the things that need to be juiced, like blueberry crops. But mainly, I also want to look at what some of these things you can do with them. Now, before I say this, just for the record, soybeans are overpowered in this mod. If you honestly really want to not really have to use this mod a lot and just have a source of food that's like infinite, just make soy, and you can, if you don't want to be creative at all, the silken tofu right here heals like a lot of food stuffs, so you don't ever have to worry about that. Or you can do a bacon cheeseburger, and this thing is really easy to make with tofu. Literally all you do is you have a cheeseburger, you put firm tofu, and then a hamburger for cheese, and then a hamburger is just toast and firm tofu with a skillet. I mean, that's boring though. So what I want to do is not necessarily the meat stuff, but I wanted to look at a lot of these different crops that we have going on here and kind of figure out what some of the uses are. Now, one thing that I noticed immediately when I was looking at the berry crops here is the berry melody can be made, and that is a non-harvest craft. It's a natura thing. It can be made with basically all the items that we have here, and this heals quite a bit of hearts. I don't have bowls on me, and I don't exactly want to do that right now, but just so you guys know, that heals quite a few hearts. Now what I want to do is, you see that I have this juicer here, but we can also make jelly if we have a saucepan, which a saucepan isn't that hard to make. So let's go ahead. You want to right click on all these crops to get the most out of it. Just as a little added note here, if you just take your crop and you right click, then you get automatically the crop planting, so you don't need to go in and switch and convert to the seeds. Really nice addition. These are the extra Biomes XL strawberries, which are alright, but I prefer to have this strawberry crop right here. So grab some of those. And then we have raspberry crops. Do I have any other berry crops anywhere? No, I do not believe so. Okay. So, you guys see that we have these jelly, raspberry jelly sandwich, jelly sandwich, jelly sandwich, jelly sandwich. These are all require bread. Now, the cool thing with the bread is that, as you can see, we can either choose wheat, barley, or we can get barley flour, any one of these flours, or dough. So, how do we make flour? Well, flour, you can actually do it this way, but there is an easier way. Let's take a look at our wheat. It won't let me look at the wheat, apparently. Oh, it was already looking at it. Oops. With a mortar and pestle, we can get flour, which then we can cook with, or we can make into dough. Have I been looking at dough? Well, I know you can get dough. Oh, here we go. You can get banana nut bread. All this bread. Where's the dough, though? Do, re, mi. There we go. Dough. So, all this flour. By the way, flour you can make with the mortar and pestle and any... Ooh, potato flour. Interesting. I didn't know that. But any one of these little staple crops. The only one you can't do is corn. Now, again, there's another way, I believe, if I'm correct, to get the flour. Just like this. This is the easiest way to get bread. All you have to do is take your wheat and bake it. That's it. So that's the one that we are going to be using right now, just because it's easier. So we take our wheat flour, and then we can bake it into bread. Bread can actually be baked again into toast. I want to take these. The straw. No, those are the Pam's Harvest Craft ones. I was gonna say I wouldn't mind re-baking that. Now, for the sake of, I don't know what you would call it. I don't know. I just don't want to put it in the redstone furnace. That's like microwaving rice. I don't know if you guys have ever microwaved rice, but it's pretty gross. We can also make some pies, which that's pretty easy to make. We just need bakeware, and bakeware is made with bricks. But let's go ahead and get that iron. Do I have sticks? Of course I have sticks somewhere. Hopefully that will work. Let's make our little jam making machine saucepan. Okay, so we got the juicer, we got the saucepan. Let's make some jelly, shall we? Now, before I do anything, let's see. This right here, let's see how many hungers it. So, a half of a hunger. I don't know what those are actually called. We'll call them hungers. How do I make the jelly again? Oh, okay, we need sugar. Do I have sugar? That is a good question. Just, again, to sort of emphasize, silken tofu heals 3. So this is a beast. But think about it for a second. In real life, if you just ate tofu, your life would probably suck. Alright, let's see if there's any alternate way to get sugar, because I am curious about that. Sugar cube. Honey in a pot. Any one of these honey drops in a pot. Pulverize. Okay. Well, how do we get a pot? Because we do have honey, and I know we have a lot of it. Pot. There we go. And that is a stick and more iron. Now, you'll notice a lot of these things require iron to make up. And at some point here, pretty soon, I'm going to get a kitchen. Because as I told you guys, I kind of want to introduce, what is it, Hunger Overhaul, without the crazy, obnoxious Hunger Overhaul things. So, I like Hunger Overhaul in that you can't eat the same thing over and over again. What I don't like about the Hunger Overhaul is that every time you jump, it like takes 40 hunger. Alright, so we'll put this in here, and we'll grab a little bit of sugar. And then now, we can make with the saucepan and the juicer. Oh, look at this, we got caramel. And then we can make some jelly. So make 3 different types of jelly. One easy way to get food fast is just by putting in the juicer, and now you can get juice. So we're going to take a look at each individual one of these and see how it does. Okay, so that heals a whole food. Whereas the blackberry, literally, to double your hunger, you just get this juicer, have it in your inventory, and whenever you pick one of these, you can get 2 hunger out of that. So, easy way to get good food fast. We also have one thing that I just realized, one thing that might hurt us trying to make this, is we don't have peanut butter. Which we need in order to make this. Peanuts in a juicer. So we don't have peanuts. We're going to have to go and find peanuts somewhere. Of course, we're not going to do that in today's episode. But this raspberry jelly, let me try and run around here and get myself hungry again. I'll be right back. Okay, so one of the things I was just noticing was that when I do the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff, it still has the satisfaction or whatever that was, but it's not showing it. It's also not showing me the little bar thing that progressively goes up. I'm going to ask T-Fox if there's a way that I can put that back in, because I noticed after the update it went away, because I looked at a lot of the settings, and a lot of the settings don't have anything relating to that. Anyways, there's a couple other things that we need to build here. One being the skillet, which I thought I knew how to make. Let's look up skillet. Skillet is made with 2, not 1. Okay. Give me that. And as well as, let's just do Pam's Harvest Craft here for a second. Pam's. Whoa. Land Factory Reloaded. Packing the heat. We've got a few different things. We've got the cutting board, the pot, the skillet, the saucepan, the bakeware, which we've kind of looked at, the mortar and pestle, the mixing bowl, and the juicer. How do I get it? Oh, I know how we get it. So that is going to be a little bit difficult to pull all that stuff up at the moment, but we've got our basic stuff. Let's make some toast, shall we? I'll show you guys that, because that also is a great source of food. But we can eat the jelly, and it heals a lot more than the juice. So you do need sugar, but if you got a sugarcane farm, it's really not that difficult. And I believe it was the sag mill that gave you a lot more sugar than usual. So you see this toast. We've also got silken tofu. So let's just do a little bit of a show and tell, I guess you could call it. So we got soy milk. Let's get some silken tofu going. We can combine, I believe it's in a pot, salt and milk to get ourselves water. Oh, we've already got, there we go. Get some salt. Okay, so we put our toast and our firm tofu together with a skillet to get a hamburger. Okay, and then the hamburger, no, we need a pot with the soy milk and the salt to get cheese. Cheese plus cheeseburger, and cheeseburger plus firm tofu, bacon cheeseburger. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And this, of course, will fill us up all the way. Boom. No question at all. Probably the easiest food to make, and just happens to be the most overpowering. So keep that in mind. There's also a lot of other foods and dishes that we can do. Let's just look up the cutting board and see what recipes the cutting board is in. We've got that thing to make. Guacamole. Beet burger. McPam, which I guess is just a... it's Big Mac, pretty much. Another version of McPam. I think the difference... Oh, is the salad dressing? What is the difference? Oh, gherkin. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Footlong sub. Ooh, we get a lot of different options for a footlong sub. California roll. There's 32 recipes, and it's great to kind of look at all the things that we can do. We can make a pizza. That's not too difficult. It's pretty cool, all the things that you can do with Pam's Harvest Craft. And I think if you guys are creative with it and think about all the cool things that you can do with it, you are or can have a lot of fun. If you are one of these people that's like, I don't want to deal with it, like I said, silken tofu is probably your best bet. You don't have to worry about ever needing anything. Just grow a bunch of silk, throw it together, and you're good to go. What is going on with this garden? Oh, we picked up our flux seeds. It's just stamped normal soil. Okay. Well, we can put our dead dandelion back there. Just so you guys know, this is only 6% done. Now, I haven't sat it there for a while. I wanted to record some Pam's Harvest Craft stuff, but I figured we could use the rest of this episode to go exploring for some food. So I'm going to head off this way after I empty my inventory out, and we'll see you guys in a second. Okay, you guys, so I've just found some stuff that we haven't yet touched, and I think what we're looking for is peanut butter, and I don't know where. I know peanuts. Where would peanuts grow? Is that like a stock thing? That's a question for you. So maybe we'll have to look at like stock stuff, because I think it's like peas where we actually need to like do a thorough search of that. More of these ground garden stuff. We might still have quite a bit that I haven't done with these ground gardens yet. Zucchini, winter squash is pretty much all we're getting out of there. My cat. My poor cat. He's been down here. He had another incident today. That's one of the reasons why I'm recording so much today. It's a Tuesday, and what's supposed to be a quiet Tuesday where I go to work, come home, and relax at home turned out to be a scary thing. He started bleeding again, peeing blood, and I called the doctor, and so now he's on a different, or more medication rather. Ground gardens. What do we get out of that? Beet. And this is peanuts. Okay, cool. Exactly what we wanted. So it's peanuts grow on the ground. For those that don't know. Now you're informed. Congratulations. Yeah, so poor little guy. He's now on pain medication because I guess the antibiotics irritate the urethra, which for those of you guys that don't know, that's where a little tube that your pee comes out. So he's feeling better now. I just need to keep an eye on him, because if he acts like he has to pee and then doesn't pee, then I need to call the vets back up and say he's broken again. Fix him. All of this, just so you guys know, for those of you got kids out there that are asking their parents for pets, and you're saying, oh, I'll take care of them, I'll make sure that I do this, I'll do this, this, and this. Well, that's great, and I'm sure you will. There are a lot of unforeseen circumstances that come up when you own a pet. And, you know, owning a pet most of the time is easy, especially with cats. But, man, one thing goes wrong, and you're $300-400 in debt to the vets. Just because your cat or dog has a problem. You can get insurance, at least here in America you can get insurance for that sort of thing. It's just, it's one of these things where it's like, a lot of times people don't. I mean, you don't really think about your cat or dog or pet really being in that much pain or any suffering or anything like that. So I think that's gonna do it. We got our peanuts. I'm not exactly sure everything else that we need to get, but let's go ahead and drink some juice, eat some jelly, and look at that, we're full up. So we're gonna have to do a lot of thinking and all that stuff to kind of figure out everything that I need, but ooh, we get some. I was gonna say that gave me nothing. We are loading up new chunks, so that's why we get a little bit of lag here. There's a lot of things that I need to pick up. I want to grab a lot more of these Botania stuff. Yeah, we need to get involved in Botania again. We need to get involved in Thaumcraft again. So many things. I'm going to grab some of these berry bushes here just because I want to be able to plant those. Okay, so that's going to do it for today's episode, you guys. I'm going to go back and I'm going to organize, hopefully get that ME drive working again. And when we come back, ooh, little aura node. When we come back, next episode, we'll probably, is this taint? when we come back, we'll be doing some fun stuff, I'm sure. Okay? I was thinking possibly Thaumcraft, but we might do a mix mash hodgepodge of a couple different things depending on what there is. Alrighty, so without further delay, until next time, happy mining and crafting.